Hi, my name is Riya Karkera and I am from Rustamji Cambridge International School and Junior College, and I am here to present my TED video. Let me tell you first off, this video is exclusively for fangirls or fanboys. If you aren't one, then I seriously pity you. Because trust me, you haven't lived till you belong to at least one fandom. I belong to many. For anybody who doesn't know what a fandom is, it is defined as the fans of a particular person, a team, or a reality TV show regarded collectively as a group or a subculture. So I think in today's date we can safely assume that everybody is, or at least has been, a fan of some other celebrity. We like taking a part in the joys and sorrows of these celebrities, and every time we see our favorite celebrity's name in a magazine or a newspaper, our eyes pop out and our heart does kind of a backflip. I'm sure that's a universal feeling, but admit it, don't you sometimes think that you're losing control over yourself? I mean, the time when you're trying so hard to concentrate on this test and the picture of your celebrity with his new cute haircut just can't help appearing before you? Or perhaps you find yourself checking your celebrity's every personal detail and learning their routine by heart? Then trust me, you're suffering from the celebrity worship syndrome. It is a term used to describe a disorder in which a person becomes overly addicted with the celebrity's personal life. Now, don't get me wrong, this video isn't to make anybody paranoid about anything. I'm not saying that anybody who idolizes the celebrity is suffering from this syndrome. In fact, there are 3 stages that lead to this disorder. The first stage is the entertainment social stage. In this stage, the person simply likes watching a particular show or watching a celebrity and enjoys discussing it with his or her friends. Studies say that most people are affected up to stage 1. It's completely normal and nothing to worry about. What you should worry about is stage 2, the intense personal stage. In this stage, the person starts identifying himself or herself with their celebrity and starts developing an emotional bonding with them. This is when things start to get serious. So by the time you reach stage 3, that is borderline pathological, you're a complete gone case. In other words, a stalker. Now naturally, for this kind of a person, their celebrity is like oxygen. Apart from keeping tabs on whatever the celebrity does, these people will also agree to commit criminal acts just out of pure longing and want for attention by their celebrity. For example, the directioners who self-harmed and committed suicide when Zayn Malik left One Direction. Those are classic examples. Now, celebrity worship has been going on for years. It's like a fire which has been burning for so long. But social media is acting like petrol for the fans who do such crazy things. It's giving them an international platform that everybody knows what they're doing. The number of fan suicides has been increasing from the past 5 years, and it's going to continue doing so unless and until we spread awareness about the celebrity worship syndrome. Now look, I'm very sure all of us fans really love our celebrities and we really want to be with them in their difficult times. But do you think things like self-harming are going to make them happy? They want to see us happy. It won't make them happy if we self-harm or commit suicide, right? So love your celebrities all you want, but don't let them be your only emotional base. Don't let happenings in their life overwhelm you like this. The control lies in your hands. Decide when you want to stop. To know if you are suffering from celebrity worship syndrome or if you are heading towards it, ask yourself a simple question. And the question is, are you thinking about your favorite celebrity even when you don't want to? If your answer is yes, then you need to start consciously limiting your celeb dream time. You can ask this question to your friends too and spread awareness about this disorder. Together, we can do something. The change begins with you and me.